doing it. You supposed to be happy you sitting there with Kid L. Why you mad?
The Kid L podcast.
Every time you come on here, like I said, you got the panda bear
Yes.
sneakers on or whatever you call those.
Teddy bears.
Are these like sandals or shoes?
These is house shoes.
Oh, okay, those are house shoes. Yeah.
And it's so funny because this was not playing. We both know this was not playing.
You weren't here for an interview, but I was like, Rocky Bad is in the building. There's no way you're leaving here without talking to me for like at least a minute.
Right. Nah, every time I'm here, I got a new color.
Before we start, this episode is being sponsored by Gamer Saloon. Yo, all you gamers out there, check out the Gamer Saloon, where you can play video games for real cash prizes. Compete in 1v1 matches or tournaments on titles like Madden, 2K, and Call of Duty. Bet as much as you like or as little as you like. Download the Gamer Saloon app today or visit gamersaloon.com. Refer KidL5 and get up to 200% bonus on your first deposit. That's right, 200% if you just use the code KidL5. What's been new with you since the last time you've been here?
I mean, maybe what I'm doing at the moment is new, but it'll all be the same shit. Music. I got this, it's a series that I'm writing. Yeah, and I'm writing a Detroit movie. It's not, I know me saying a Detroit movie make it automatically kind of put it in a person perspective where it's like, oh, it's gonna be some hood shit or some regular shit, you know, but nah, I'm just saying Detroit movie because I'm from here, and it's like, I don't know. Yeah,
because the culture is representative of what the substance of the movie can be.
Right.
Because you grew up in this area that has that flavor to it.
Right.
That most people are intrigued by, right? What's it about?
See, I feel like because I'm still in the process of writing, I feel like I'm not ready to kind of tell what it's about just yet, because I'm the person, like, I be in my head a lot, and sometimes that I don't procrastinate, but because I'm in my head so much, it delays shit. Mm-hmm. So it's like I might be speaking on the shit, and then it might actually take me a little bit more time because I'm overthinking something, or I'm changing something, or add something, taking something out. And then that's, somebody working faster than me, and they got a head start because of all the shit I done said.
That kind of, I'm not going to say that happened to me, but that similar thing happened where I was like, I shouldn't have spoke about that publicly.
That's how I be all the fucking time. It make you be like, I ain't saying shit.
Yeah.
I'm just pop out. But then you be like excited and want to tell your people what you got planned and what you working on. And it's like, they took the fun out of that. You can't say nothing.
You can't say anything. Literally, like an idea I had verbatim was taken, and I was like, God dang it. And
Same here.
Well, the thing is, it's interesting though, is like you have enough weight in the city where like when you want to get something done, it's going to get done. Like if you're saying, hey, I want to make a movie, you don't have to say anything to anybody. Like I need actors, I need extras, I need production, and then a whole team's going to surround you instantly, right?
See, I'm picky based off of what I've been through. So it's like I'm not pressed to work with nobody. Like, it got to feel right. It got to be right, because I didn't, and I still go through it now, like it ain't nothing that went away, but I done worked with people, and I told them, what the fuck, that's a net. Oh, I thought it was a mosquito. Okay, no, serious.
It's just a random bug.
No, like, I done worked with people and told them my ideas. Like, I'm working with you, so I just want you to know what we gonna work on next. Yeah. And then I look up and they doing it either with somebody else or for themselves. And I'm just like, what the fuck type of freaky shit is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the type of person, like, I done did certain shit and then somebody else will drop something and it won't be the same, but just because it's so similar, I won't do it at all. Like, I won't even drop it at all. Like, it was a Bryson Tiller song. I can't remember. It's a sample though, and I did it like almost a year before that came out. But when it came out, like I said, I be in my head overthink shit sometimes. Like, I don't know. So I didn't even put it out yet, but I always had plans on putting it out. And then his came out, and I was like, nope. Right. I'm still sitting on that song. I still ain't never dropped it, gave a sneak peek or nothing, because it's just like, I try to let people be creative and be original. And I try to be like, even if they beat me to something, I'd be like, you know what, fuck it. They did it.
You brought that concept to life that we had similarities on, right? And so it's like you can take that time right now to take the success from that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a selfless thing, right, at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's because I know the feeling. I know how I feel when you sit and brainstorming, trying to be different, trying to stand out, and then somebody come right behind you and just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this soon. It's just like, damn, like let me have fun with this shit for a minute. You know, like we in a time where like because of the internet, like you don't know where nothing came from. You don't know who started the shit, who fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't know nothing. Like so many people just eat that shit up, and it's crazy that we talking about this because I literally was just talking about it last night, and I was saying like, for an example, I'm not necessarily speaking directly on it, but it's just an example. Millie Rock, you know what I'm saying? The way that shit work now, so it's like if that shit came out, people eat that shit up and motherfucking copy and paste and motherfucking just pick it up quick as hell. And it's like, get them a moment. Like, let them have a stamp. You know what I'm saying? Like, let them show, like, this what we do. This where this came from. But people just eat shit up so fast and they just be so quick to just leech on to some shit. And it's like, people don't really get to have a moment. It's like, if you do it, it's probably gonna turn you up for a second, and then next thing you know, it's watered the fuck down because people don't know how to just be like, let them get off real quick.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's that again, even when we were just talking before about the spiritual outlook on stuff in life, and that plays a role in it. It sounds like what you're trying to do with your career is like make sure that there's some type of integrity to who you are and how it affects your music and your artistry as well. And so for you, if you are, you said last time, like you're the type of person you're willing to, you know, be that person that takes it on for everybody else. Yeah. And that kind of characteristic is a selfless person. So what you're talking about is a selfless action. Yeah. It's like, let that person have their moment, right? You know what I'm saying? That's a selfless characteristic. And when you watch the rap game these days, it's almost like the opposite. Everybody's like, fuck everybody. Fuck this motherfucker. Fuck that motherfucker. And you're just sitting there like, damn, man, fuck the whole world. Goddamn.
Oh, God,
There's supposed to be unity of artistry happening, collaborations.
And it be so much pressure because it's like, I can do the same shit. And I know it'll work for me. But it's pressure when you know that ain't you and you ain't doing that shit. Like when you got certain lines that you not finna cross or step over for you. Like shit that you made when you like, no, I ain't going for this. I ain't accepting that. I ain't doing that. When people hear making boundaries for yourself, they think it's a walk in the fucking park. That shit is hard to really stand on what the fuck you said you. And pressure is pressure. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it ain't easy, but at the same time, like you gotta make that for yourself and accept what come with behind it. That means shit, if I say I'm not doing this and everybody doing this and it's working, I gotta really stand on it and be okay with it ain't finna work right now because you ain't doing that. Right. You know, and that shit hurt. Yeah. That shit hurt.
Well, integrity is tough, right? It's a very disciplined thing. It's like honor, your own honor, your own self-honor, what kind of philosophies you abide by, right? And then like some people will forget all that shit out of nowhere. Like when we were just talking, I was just talking Tanner over there, like we had a wild conversation, but one thing was like, I don't cheat. That's like a huge thing for me. And when I
said that on live, a nigga put the cap emoji. I said, I'm sorry somebody broke your heart. Like, damn, like.
Every ounce of me, my integrity when it comes to cheating is like a 0 for
That's how I feel. I feel like because I went so long without doing that, I feel like if I was to ever cheat, I know I'll look at myself different just because it's like, that ain't me.
And that's you said something that actually stood by me too, like, last time you were talking about how if you take a break in a relationship, you don't fuck around because if you get back with that person,
you gotta explain that shit.
Yeah, and it's like it's not worth it.
And I'm not finna do that. I don't give a fuck. I'm too honest, and it's like I don't want to have to tell you what I did, so I'm just not gonna do it until I'm in the clear. Like, you know what? We through. I can do me, and I ain't gotta explain this shit. This ain't none of your motherfucking business. Yeah. But that 90-day rate is.
90 days?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, damn, that's
like,
a long
then
ass time.
You gotta explain that shit. Like, so.
I can't take it. Yeah, I couldn't.
Nah,
take
I
a
mean,
girl back.
like, if you ask, then I'm gonna tell you the truth. But some shit, if you ain't trying to, like, I was in a relationship before where when we broke up and we got back together, we didn't ask each other shit, and I was cool with that. But that don't mean I was doing shit, but at the same time, I don't mean I wasn't doing shit. But it's like, I know you doing something too. Like, I'm an even motherfucker. Yeah, like,
but you know what?
Like, this shit gotta be fair.
In 80 years, like that Japanese guy who left his wife when they turned 80 because she said she cheated on him. one time when they were like 26, that's what would have happened to you. You would have been like, all right, well, nobody's asking nobody nothing, but this shit's going to get brought up in 60 years.
Facts.
He's gonna
Facts.
be like,
and then you don't know. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how long you got with a person or what the fuck they gon' Like, I'm the type of person, shit come to me in my motherfucking dreams. Like, I got a certain way I pray, right? And then I can say what I want to dream about and actually dream about it. Like, this ain't no cap shit or nothing. Like, I can literally show you in my phone where I screenshotted my dream. Or no, not screenshotted my dream. Pause that one. Where I put down notes from my dream and then show you what that shit mean. And it can literally, like, I got people around me that be knowing what's going on in my life I've been to. And just if you know that much, then you probably know what I'm praying about. And the shit line up every time.
You have the ability to lucid dream and astral projection?
I astral project at least 3 times a week, and I don't try to do it.
Break down lucid dreaming and astral projection for people who don't understand what it means.
So, lucid
And if y'all quiet down in the back here.
Oh, shit. Told y'all.
God damn.
Yeah.
Feel like I'm a teacher in like a school, a classroom.
So, lucid dreaming is when, to put it in, you know, not make it too deep, but you control your dream. I for sure did that. So look, hold on. Before I even talk about astral projecting, 90 days, no sex, no head, no toys, right? Boom, I'm 54 days in.
Right.
I would have been knocking at 80, but I fucked up with my little bitch, you feel me? And I was drunk. I don't remember it, but I'm a real nigga. That shit still count. So I had to start all over. So now I'm at, but I would have been knocking at 80. You hear me?
So when you were in the act of like the sex, right?
Yeah.
Did it suck because you're like, damn it, I'm fucking up my streak? Or did you just go like, fuck it, I'm doing this?
No, I was drunk. So I don't know what the fuck she was thinking at that time. You know what I'm saying? Because what the fuck are you doing? But yeah, she said I was kissing on her and shit, and I started it. Like, it sounded about right.
I remember when me and my first ex broke up, and like between break, we took a break, and like I had hooked up with another girl during that break.
Oh shit!
And I remember while we were having sex, she was riding me, and I was like, "Oh, why is this happening?" I was like, I couldn't even enjoy the fucking moment because I felt so fucked up about like, oh, I'm not supposed to be doing
when
this
you
right
got
now.
shit that you feel like I'm not doing or I shouldn't be on, you feel real disappointed in yourself. And like when that happened, even though I was drunk, and I felt like the universe made me not remember, but I still had to count it because I remember that much. But it's like, no, bitch, you ain't finna remember all of that. Bitch, you gonna remember you did what you did, but that's it. And I was really disappointed in I was like real sad for like 3 days. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, I was so mad at myself for that shit. But, you know.
It's a 60-day reset again now?
No, 90 days.
Oh, so you're doing 90 days
again?
again?
Yeah, I reset
now
it
you have to reset.
then.
So when's it now? Where you at now?
54.
Okay, so you're close.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah, it's not bad.
But lucid dreaming. That's what I was trying to get to. You feel me? The fact that I can't lucid dream. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm gonna say this shit. Oh, I'm
Lucid dreaming has
Fuck
been
it.
like studied for
Yeah,
like
but look
ever.
though, in my dream, right, I ain't had no control over this shit at first. I ain't gonna say who. It was a bitch though. You feel me? It was fucking around. You feel me? And now I'm like, oh shit. And I kinda was about to wake up, and I'm like, fuck that. Boop. Went back to sleep. And I made myself dream enough to come. And I was cool with it. Because I was like, oh, no, bitch, this is happening. Fuck that. Like, nah, bitch, you stay asleep. This is what we finna do. And it worked. Yeah, it worked.
You know how difficult it is to control your lucid dreams? Most
That's
people
why
don't
I
last
said,
like 10 seconds
That's
in it.
why I said, yeah. Like, no, it was happening.
Yeah.
But I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah,
I ain't
lucid
waking
dreaming
up.
is like the ability, again, like you said, to control your dreams and to kind of have the outcome come out however you want. If you imagine something while you're dreaming, that thing will appear. Most people instantly think of sex, right? So like the first thing.
I was already on it with the bitch in the dream.
Everybody who has their first lucid dreams like, where's the pussy? Like, where's
Well,
that? Like,
yeah, because they get to a point where, like, I don't know, for me, like, anything sexual ever in my dreams, I like wake up right before that, or like it'd be like something that just throw it the fuck off. But this particular time, I said, bitch, I ain't doing nothing in real life. I'm gonna get something in my dreams.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
If you don't watch any, like, if you don't like masturbate or watch any porn or anything for like 30 days, your dreams turn so fucking crazy sexual.
Yeah, it do.
And you get to experience like
It
the
do.
whole fucking
It
thing.
do. It do.
But if you're like actively sexual all the time, then like you don't, those dreams don't hit like they normally do.
I like,
don't even want to get into my dreams, but go back into what you were talking about.
Astral projecting.
The astral projection is a whole new level of concept where, like, I don't know how yours is experiences, but you're laying in your body and then you can literally feel like you're leaving your body and travel around the atmosphere.
Yes, sir.
So how far do you get when you get out of your body?
So the first time I ever did that, I was 13. And it fucked me up because I was 13, you know. And I was sleeping on my mama's couch in the living room. And I got up. And I remember how all this shit went because come to think about it, of course, once I thought about it years later, I never opened the door. But I went out of the door and I seen the apartment building and I went out of that door and I went up the street into a motherfucking building that was up the street. I was just roaming the fuck around. And then at some point, I went back home and got on the couch. And when I woke up, I remember saying, like, I was never up. And it was fucking me up. This was when I was 13. Like, it was no way for me to even find a name for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't even have a fucking computer at that time. Like, we was off the Nokia. You know what I mean? The Boost Mobile, the gray one. You feel me? So, fast forward, like, mind you, all throughout my life, like, I always knew I was different. It's a lot of shit that I know I'll never be able to explain or say to nobody because it don't even fucking matter. It ain't nobody fucking business as far as experiences.
People don't, like, it just sounds like to everybody it's always like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't sound real,
Facts,
right?
Facts.
I remember my uncle's from the Middle East, and when he came to America, like, you get sleeping paralysis more so if you sleep in unfamiliar locations. So he had sleeping paralysis, which basically means you're paralyzed while you sleep, but you're still awake. So you can imagine your dreams while you're awake at the same time. And he had like a monster come up and pin him down. And so this guy had no way of figuring out what the hell happened. Like, he didn't know, like, he thought literally the devil was in America for like 10 years. He's like, there's a devil. The devil's chasing me. It's like, nah, man, you were just you're sleeping paralysis.
But see, a lot of times too, the way that the brain works, you can hear something, and based on how you take shit in, you will make that for yourself. For an example, it was people on TikTok saying like, oh, when you're in your dreams, don't look in mirrors. Do not look in mirrors. And just like less than 30 days ago, I had a dream and I see myself in the mirror because what the fuck y'all talking about ain't got shit to do with me. I might can see myself in the mirror. Y'all probably can't. But another motherfucker hear that and then be like, okay, don't do that. And then now you done put this shit in your subconscious. So when you have a dream, nigga, you done scared your dumb ass self looking in the goddamn mirror because you like, we're not supposed to do this. And the whole time, like, no, they might can't, but you might can. Don't put that in your head based off other people's perception or what they telling you or what they making you think you should be thinking. Like, all right, I was on TikTok. And a motherfucker was explaining dreams, right? And he was saying, like, yeah, like, next time in your dream, look at your hands. You're not going to be able to touch it, and you're going to have an extra finger, right? And this was before I start understanding that you can really control what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, this was before then. So when I heard that, I had a dream, and I was lucid dreaming, so I was able to control it, and I was just like, oh, yeah. Let me see what my hands look like. Yeah. Swear to God, I'm not lying. I look down at my hands. I see extra much. I got 6 fucking fingers and shit. I said, ah! And then in my dream, I'm like, shut the fuck up. You knew what he was saying. You knew what the fuck you saying. You feel me? Like, you knew this was gonna happen. Yeah. And I just woke up. I felt dumb as hell. I said, oh my God, bitch, why I bust out screaming like that? But, yeah, so when that happened, I just, like, I like to try theories, like, my own little I come on my own little shit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, the next shit out here, like, let me see if I don't take it in, what'll happen. And, what the fuck happened? What dream was that? Wait, it was the fingers, the mirror. It was something the fuck else that happened in the dream. I don't fucking remember. I had it in my head. I done fucking around and forgot. Casamigos. But yeah, it was something. Oh no, it was a picture of a guy, and they were saying if you see him in your dream, like he don't do anything to you, he just be standing around and and people get scared and all this other shit. And then there was another one saying, don't ask for the date and time in your dream. And people real life, like you can go on TikTok and search this shit. Like people was really like, oh my God, y'all, I asked for the date and the time in my dream. Cause the first video that went viral, they was saying like, it was scary and da-da-da. And it seemed like people knew I wasn't supposed to be there and da-da-da. And then next thing you know, people watching this shit. And if you don't know, you done put this shit in your brain subconsciously. So now everybody got a story. Oh yeah, oh my God, I was scared to sleep for 3 days and da-da-da-da, and this happened and that happened. And I was just like, I ain't going. It ain't finna happen to me. I can ask what the fuck I want in my dreams. You feel me? And that's when I tried it out and I was like, oh yeah, no, this shit cold. Like, yeah. It's just all based on what you want to believe, because the subconscious work more than people actually pay attention to. And it's like, if that's what you putting in it, then you gonna see that shit, and that's what the fuck you gonna fuck around. Bro, I don't want to scare myself. Now, if I get scared, it ain't because of me,
right?
Unless I'm purposely watching a scary movie. Like, I'm not gonna do that.
Because like I follow the Indian culture a lot, and like how they think and stuff, and like subconscious is a part of memory just being recorded without you paying attention to it. So like your body and mind is always recording memory constantly, whether it's your thoughts or you're touching something physically or whatever. So you're constantly recording memory, and then there's some that you're not consciously paying attention to, and that's what the subconscious is. So if people are saying shit that can get implemented in your dreams very, very easily. That's the problem. When I was like an alcoholic from like 14 to like 30 now. And so when I stopped drinking though, and I actually would dream, I was like shocked. I was like, I was like, this is why I'm so fucked up. I didn't allow my thoughts and my consciousness to go through my dreams, like to process through my dreams. Because I think a lot of your dreams is you processing your day and the things that you haven't acknowledged consciously. So now that I'm doing it, I'm feeling better. I'm not gonna lie. Like you stop, because drinking fucks up your sleep. Like you can't sleep properly.
Yeah, I mean, that and being high. It do, yeah. It's funny. It do. Because I remember just being in a dark place, and I was just either drunk as hell or high as fuck going to sleep, and I wake up and it just felt like it was dark, and I woke up and it was over with, you feel me? And I remember like feeling like more depressed, you know, and I stopped smoking. And it seemed like I was able to dream again. So I even put in a song before 5 a.m. But yeah, so once I started dreaming again, I started remembering like, no, I need my dreams. Like everybody different, you know what I'm saying? But I'm the type of person that, again, I can say what I want to dream about, and I'm gonna see that shit. So I be having to be very careful with what the fuck I'm asking for, because some shit I be like, no, I don't want to know that. I don't want to see that. No, you know. And I noticed that if I don't say what I want to dream about, it kind of just go based off of what's in my head already. And shrooms play a major role in me understanding when I really was trying to get to a point of like, what's wrong with me? Like, I know I'm not crazy. I know I'm not a fucked up person, but like, what's wrong with me? You know what I'm saying? Like, just trying to heal a lot of shit and figure out. This was before I even knew I needed to heal anything. I just was like, what's up? I realized after my first shroom trip, I'm scared of myself. That's it. I'm not scared of no human being. I'm not scared of dying. I done been through multiple things where like, in the middle of it happening, I'm like, bitch, this over. You gone. You finna die, bitch. And I'm like, I used to be scared of death. I used to be so fucking scared of death. Let me tell you something. I used to get panic attacks from thinking about one day I gotta die. Like when I was younger, I got 3 little brothers, so I was like always with boys, you know? Like I got cousins and shit. And then like I hardly was around girls unless I became friends with them. So that's why at a point in time I used to have a lot of female friends, because I just always wanted like that sister type shit. Like I got sisters. My big sister, she was always one of the boys before she knew she was gay. Like she was always one of the boys. And my little sisters, they moved to Atlanta when I was young as hell, so it was just me and boys. And
what's wrong?
I'm trying to just make sure I'm wording all of this in a way. Yeah, it's okay. But no, yeah, so I don't know. When I took the shrooms, I realized like I'm really just scared of myself.
Yeah.
When it really all boiled down to just shit, period. And like, I used to be scared of death, very scared. And I remember I seen a fucking bird's nest drop out the tree. Right. So I walk over to it. It's a fucking bird nest. And it was like my first time ever seeing a bird nest in real life. And it was eggs in there. And they had cracked because it hit the ground. And I seen that it was birds in it. And oh my God, that broke my heart so bad. Listen, when I say I cried for like almost 2 days. Like I was so sad. And it's like, it was a point in time. That's what I was actually saying too. Because I didn't want to forget what the fuck I was saying, so I had to get straight to the point real quick. But no, it was a point in time because I was around so much boy shit that I used to be very girly. Yeah. Very, like, this ain't shit. Like, I used to be a whole girl. Like, I didn't know how to fight. I didn't like people being mad at me. I didn't like people yelling at me. Like, I was very prissy. Like, I just wanted to be a girl. But because I was always around boys, and then once I started going to school, I was so used to being with boys that I'd be with the boys. Now you got people talking about, oh, she's fast. Like, no, she ain't just around, but she's fast. And the whole time it's like I was more comfortable with them because I'm in a house with them all fucking day. And then anytime I did girl shit, my little brother, I got a brother that's 2 years younger than me. Anytime I did any girl thing, he was ready to scrap. Like, either we fighting or he's ready. Like, no, fuck is you doing? No, she's being fast. No, she got a skirt on, riding the bike. Like, literally want to fight type shit. So it was just like, it was more comfortable for me to be a tomboy because it was less problems.
Yeah, the Middle Eastern culture is very much like that too. The brothers are very overprotective of like the image that their sisters will put out there, and the fathers are like super extreme too. So it's like so much suppression going around. And then on top of that, in the Middle Eastern culture, like, you know, you have a religious background too. So the religion is suppressing women, and then also the family members are suppressing women. And so by the end of it, a lot of them end up freaked out by life, and they end up making decisions based upon what their family wants them to do.
Doing that make them worse.
For sure.
Make them worse. Because listen, when I say my daddy was very strict, he was very strict to the point where, like, we couldn't wear lip gloss.
Yeah. We
couldn't wear the color red. He wasn't going for no colors on our nails. Clear only. He was not going. He was just like real old school, old fashioned. You know what I'm saying? He probably still to this day say the word hoochie mama. Like, he's dead ass. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because when I got to a certain age, I remember the first time I was 18 when I got color on my nails, and I remember liking it so much. Like, it was blue, and I was just like, what? It was so different to me. Like, oh my God, I'm missing out. Like, what the fuck is this? These look good. Like, and I'm a lip gloss head. Before I go to sleep, I put something shiny on my lips because I don't want my lips to be chappy in my dreams. Like, I'm on one of those. Like, and I remember me getting red on my nails for the first time. It's been like a couple years, but it's not that long ago when I actually first went and actually got red on my fucking nails. And I had even uploaded in my caption when I did it, like, my daddy said, red is for hoochie mamas. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it felt good. I'm like, what the fuck? I've been missing out. So it's like, yeah, like, being super protective sometimes make them, when they get to a point where they can or they sneak and do it, that's why they over fucking do it. Because it's like that rush, like, oh my God, I never did this.
There's like, I remember, like, because I dated a lot of Chaldean girls, and there was like Chaldean girls that were scared as hell of everything they were doing, and then they would end up making the craziest life decisions I've ever seen, like getting married, getting hitched, like not telling anybody about their wedding, and then they're marrying drug dealers and all this crazy shit. And then there was the ones who got through, but like their misery started when they got married because they did everything their parents wanted them to do and not what they really wanted to do. Yeah. So when you started taking the shrooms and stuff, like I took in shrooms a couple times, and the best way I explain mushrooms is this: it's like you take them, and then everything about your identity, your memory, and your imagination comes up in like bubbles, and you can like address those bubbles and like pop them if you want to, like right there. Like, let me end this part of my life that has been holding me back, or let me focus on this imaginative idea, creativity I have. So when you were going through it, were you just going through your trauma, your past? Like, what were you going through when you're taking the trip?
So I do these. Well, I'm talking about these. I do this thing January 1st all the way to the very end of January. So from January 1st to February 1st, I isolate. And that was that my first? Yeah, that was my first time doing it. This year made my second time. But so for the people that know, if you know, my real name is September. So like literally 2 days ago, I was like, maybe instead of in January, I should move it to September 1st, literally. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got an album called September 1st, and people thought my birthday was September 1st. Somebody put me on a flyer for a club talking about, yeah, it's Rocky Bad birthday. People were like, happy birthday. Thank you. Like, I just ran with it for some odd reason. Any other time I clear it up, but I just ran with it. But, yeah, so when I first did it, it just felt like I needed to just go away. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's very hard because, like, in my friend group and my family, like, my family and my friends love me. And they go too long without talking to me, just like today. My motherfucking best friend was buzzing my door. Bitch, open the door. Bitch, I ain't talking to you. You ain't talking to me, bitch. You ain't texting back. What's up? So, I just felt like I needed that. So I just was like, fuck it. I'm going to do it. And at the beginning, it was very scary. Very, because financially, the first time when I did it, I didn't really come outside at all. And the first time I did it, like, financially, it fucked me up because I turned down money. I wasn't going to the studio. Like, so financially, it kind of set me back a month, you know. But in the middle of it, it was like, okay, I'm almost done. But by the end, I'm like, no, I want one more week.
Yeah.
No, I like this. No.
Isolation.
Yeah, but so I took the shrooms at the very end. Like, I was probably like 2 weeks before popping back out. And I always heard about shrooms. My mama is she always been like that, even when we was kids. Like, that's my baby, you know. Like, she always just kicked it with us. Like, you know, can't nobody tell me shit about my mama. She done told us her good, her bad, her ugly, her pretty, you feel me? Like, even shit that she probably could have took to the grave without telling us, like, mom, keep it a buck with us, you know.
Yeah.
So, like, she been putting me hip to spirituality. Like, when she even ran it past me one time, because I grew up in a church at a point in time. Like, I sung in the choir and everything. And I remember my mama like, hey, y'all can go for whatever y'all want. Ain't shit finna change how I love you. I'm just letting you know so you don't look at me crazy. Like, what the fuck is you doing? I'm finna see what this about. And when she explained what she was doing, because I always ask questions. I've been like that since a kid. When she explained what she was on, it just made sense, and I was like, shit, all right, me too. But I didn't, like, really fully tap in on that shit just yet, because I was young. So when she brought up the shrooms and shit, I always knew about it, but it was no need for me to do no research or really figure it the fuck out. It was, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
And,
was it fun at least? Or was it more like actually just like reflection and like understanding? It's probably both, right?
Let me explain first of all. Oh God, I'm like.
Can you drag that microphone in a little bit? Just pull it in.
I'm the person, like, if I go to the gym, I be like, bitch, you can't do 100 sit-ups. You weak. You can't do this. You weak. Like, I over push myself sometimes, like, even when it's not realistic, and I've been working on it. But yeah, so I thought taking shrooms was gonna heal every the fuck thing and fix every fucking problem right then and there. I said, this is it. We doing this. You know what I'm saying? And I did a little over 3 grams my first time. When I say, I didn't know what the fuck I was signing up for. Because, first of all, I just knew about shrooms, and, you know, like, and, you know, my mom always kept it a buck with me. But I never, like, went to go. I'm an internet bitch. I'm going to go see people experiences, reviews, all types of shit. What is this? What y'all say? What y'all think? I didn't do none of that, so I didn't know what to expect or nothing. But what I did find out about shrooms is because it's not a foreign substance being put in your body. Like, I don't like when people attach the word shrooms and coke in the same fucking sentence. Like, that to me is like, it show how ignorant you is, because that's two different things.
One grows from the
what I'm
ground by itself, and one is literally like man-made.
Exactly. And I don't want to say the wrong word. I don't like being wrong. But shrooms got something that is already in our body. It just enhances it. So that's why you cannot become addicted to shrooms, and it's not a foreign substance.
Well, even with marijuana, you know, it's cannabis.
Facts.
You have cannabis receptors in your brain.
Facts.
So you can naturally get high without substances.
Facts. Yeah. So, yeah, I took a little over 3 grams, and it was me, my best friend Wish, and Moeezy, and we was all chilling, and that was me and Moeezy first time. And Wish, you know, she was damn near a vet to us and that shit when it come to that. So, Moeezy, we was watching Good Burger. Nah, the crazy part, I should have known the shit was working then, because I was watching this movie like I never seen it before. It was so fucking funny. Like, I was like invested. Like, I don't know what the fuck finna happen next. You know what I'm saying? And in the midst of us watching this movie, Moeezy kept moving. And, like, I'm very aware of what's happening at that moment. Some shit I ain't got to speak on. But I just pay attention to too much shit. And it's a good and bad thing. So I'm noticing him moving a lot. But I was just like, I'm not finna say nothing. I'm like, maybe it's kicking in for him. And he like, I'm about to go. I'm like, I don't think that's a good idea. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, wait. He like, no. This bitch just made me some pork chops or whatever the fuck, some lamb chops or something. He like, I'm finna go get some food. I just come back. Like, I feel like I need to take my clothes off and shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck is happening. I'ma just leave for a second. I'll be back. All right, cool. So he leave. About 30 minutes later, he called. I got all this shit. Screen recorded, voice memoed, all type of shit. When I say he called, we laughed so motherfucking hard. He like, I feel like Elsa. Mind you, this in January. He like, it feel like I'm driving on ice. Everything is ice. Now, mind you, I never took shrooms in my life, so I don't know what the fuck he see. I just know it's funny as shit. Yeah. I'm laughing hard as hell. And Wish get to explaining how she feel her shit. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, maybe I got a high tolerance. Like, I don't feel nothing. Whatever. We get out the phone at the salon, crying, laughing and shit. Matter of fact, we weren't even crying, laughing. We was laughing. We get out the phone. I tell Wish, I'm still laughing. I'm like, I feel like I want to cry. And she like, sad cry? I'm like, no, bitch, I don't know what's happening. And I just start crying. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? But I'm laughing in the process. And I'm like, what the fuck is funny? Like, okay, wait a minute. So, boom, I done pulled my shit together. I'm like, you know what? I know what'll be perfect. So, I don't know, off shrooms, and the Young Dolph song had just came out that, what do you say? That, damn, how the fuck the song go? I can't remember, but it's like a certain, I can't, no, don't quote that. I don't know. It was like one of his newest songs at the time. I'm going to regret this when I see it, because I'm going to remember exactly what song I'm talking about. But I put that song on because it felt like we need to hear this off shrooms. And when I went to go stand up, my legs felt like noodles. So I don't even want to demonstrate how I was walking in the house. Like, I'm like bent down, like, oh my God, what the fuck is wrong with my legs? Like, long story short, I went through every fucking emotion possible. But I didn't know you shouldn't just be staring in mirrors because your brain get bored. You know, so I'm off shrooms. My fucking mirror is positioned. And in my room, if you're not in it, I can see in the bathroom. So the bathroom lights out, all the lights out for real, for the most part, except like one downstairs. And then my room is lit up. So I'm looking in this mirror and shit. I'm staring in it. I'm just staring in it. And I'm like, it's a spider in there. Which like, where? I said, in there. I said, but this don't look like this. So she like, mind you, I don't know off shrooms. You can't see what I seen either.
Right.
This is all new for me.
Right.
And this bitch ain't give me a disclaimer. You ain't tell me nothing that was gonna fucking happen. Like, bitch, I didn't know what to expect or nothing. So she go in the fucking bathroom. She punch on the floor, stomp the floor and shit, turn the light on. Like, see, no spider. I said, you a real nigga. I love you. She come back in, sit back down. I go back to the mirror. I said, nah, bitch, that spider's still there. So now I'm invested. I don't know why. I wish he had to distract me or something. I probably stared in this mirror for about 20 minutes, man. And when I say I got closer and closer, like I'm literally right here looking still, like bent over, like.
Yeah.
And next thing I know, I see 2 motherfucking heads pop up, like, boop. I said, oh, what the fuck? And it went downhill from there. It went downhill from there. When I say, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
It turned into a bad trip, basically.
It did, but it got deep for me because 3 months on that exact day, 3 months before I got set up, I was just like going through a lot. This was before I knew what I know now, but I was just like trying to figure out like where's my money going. I'm like, bro, I'm not blowing this shit. I'm not doing too much. Like, I don't even gotta pay for weed. You feel me? Like, my niggas give me weed and shit. Like, I'm not buying weed. Like, I'm not giving bitches that much fucking gas money. Like, where the fuck is my money going? And I was just like really stressed out. My stepbrother had stole my chain. And I was in the fucking shower and he come in there, he knock at the door like, Tim, like, your chain. I'm like, all right, just put it in my room. He like, I'm like, what? Like, it's broke. Bro, fuck is you talking about? So I jumped out, opened up the door, snatched it. I'm looking at it and I'm like, whoever and whatever the fuck happened was on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you can drop, real jury can take some shit. Trust me, I would know. Can take some shit. But the way that the chain was broke, it was like, this is impossible. Like, explain this shit, because this ain't no shit that you just dropped and it happened. That don't work like that. And I got really upset. I punched the bathroom window out and shit, and I was already going through a lot at that time, and I purposely made myself uncomfortable, so I moved out. And I just was talking to a nigga that, you know, we ended up kicking it after that, but before then he was just a cool nigga. Like, that was my mans, you know. So like, I just was like kind of venting to him, and he was just like, have you ever meditated? Mm-hmm. And I was like, nah. He was like, I think you should try. And I'm like, how do you meditate? And he told me what to do or whatever. So the next day, when I say I made myself uncomfortable, I made myself very uncomfortable. Like, I moved into my god sister house. She had 4 kids at the time and pregnant with number 5. So, and these are little babies. So like at fucking 8 a.m., nigga, somebody is up stumping, crying, hungry, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, good, bitch, you don't need to be asleep all day. Let's go.
Yeah.
I didn't put a TV in her. I had a blow-up mattress that had a fucking slow leak. I'm like, fuck that bitch. Get up. Like, you should never be comfortable. This is not your shit. And this is not where you see yourself. This is to help you tighten the fuck up and get the fuck on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was just like mentally just really drained. So the next day after he told me that, I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna meditate.
Yeah.
So I did exactly what he told me to do, right? And this is not no fabricated nothing. In the midst of me meditating, it got real dark and my body got cold, like freezing cold. And it sounds childish, but I seen like a devil, but it wasn't like a evil devil. It looked like a cartoon type devil. Like, I can't really explain it. Like, and you'll see it and it looked like a traditional type of tattoo type devil, you know? And it was smiling at me. And I popped my eyes up and I called him. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you just told me to do, but nigga, no. He like, all I told you to do was meditate. I'm like, no, nigga, what the fuck was that? You know? And at that time, I got a screenshot on my old phone. I still got that too. I Googled what did a smiling devil mean. and basically was telling me like some shit was gonna happen and was kind of like preparing me, like, you know, but it didn't say what though. So, you know, I try to just like think positive. I'm like, no, whatever. So on that same day, 3 months later, I got set up and never seen this shit again. Shit never happened again, all type of shit. And when I was off the shrooms, I was going up my stairs, and in this particular house, I didn't get no furniture for a reason. I'm like, you're not finna be here long. Don't get comfortable. Don't buy shit, bitch. Be living like you could be packing up, moving at any day. And my living room, and I had like a foyer right by the stairs or whatever. So it's the living room, the foyer, the living room, and then the dining room, empty. It was a bunch of, I don't want to put a name on it, but beings, like in a physical form. And it was a whole bunch of different ones. None of them looked the same or nothing. And it didn't feel demonic. It didn't feel bad. It felt like it was a part of me. It felt like it was all different things in a physical form about me. And it filled up my foyer, my fucking living room, my dining room. It was so many. But what scared me was I seen the little smiling devil from when I seen back in 2018. And that shit scared the motherfuck out of me. Like, it was the same exact way, but now it feel a little bit more different. Like, my eyes ain't closed, nigga. I knew if I opened my eyes, you gone. Like, you right here. I took the fuck off.
Yeah.
Took the fuck off. I ran straight up the motherfucking stairs. I wish to tell you, she was in front of me. I was pushing her ass. Go, go, go. Like, the fuck? No. Like, oh my God. But off of that shroom experience, it showed me, like, I'm really scared of myself because in that moment, if that shit really felt like me, what you run for? You know what I'm saying? It ain't scare you. It didn't make you feel like, oh no, you shouldn't be saying this. It didn't feel like nothing. It felt like I was looking at me, but it wasn't me though. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
It's like, what you run for? And it's like, damn, you that scared to see yourself?
Yeah. Because throughout your whole life, you're basically accumulating memory and imaginations. And then when you start creating a personality behind that and too many different personalities and you get stuck to any of those personalities, one day some shit happens to make you realize you're none of that shit that you created.
Yeah, I had 2 ego deaths in the same fucking 30 days. And that was in that year too. Like, I had never meditated again after that until just 2 years ago. Like, that's how scared I was to do it again. And
I do wonder what type of meditation you're doing though, because that's like
just laying there, you know,
just sitting and waiting, basically, and just sitting and breathing.
Eyes closed,
that's
breathe.
it. Okay, yeah, so that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. But it was my perspective on it. Like, I went after the meditating the first time. I went into it with fear after something really did happen.
Yeah.
And then it took just 2 years ago for me to understand, like, no, nigga, that's a gift.
It is.
It don't matter if you know what the fuck exactly anything is. Like, you had a heads up, like, you know. And
well, the gift too is that you're able to get into full sun meditation because a lot of people try to meditate and they can't even get there.
Facts.
So you basically went so deep into meditation that you were actually really, really deeply involved in it. And that's hard to get to. Even I've been practicing yoga and meditation for like 10 years now, and I still have trouble getting into like a real deep state of just like nothingness.
Oh man, when I say I've meditated before, and when I say, man, it got so deep. Like, I was crying and I was, you know, meditating, and like everything that I seen for myself and for the people I'm attached to, because I seen them too. I seen everything, and it felt like I was there. Like, it's so crazy how much I was there. I seen the shit. And when I opened my eyes, when I was done, like, this is just me being all the way transparent. It was cloudy. At this time, it was cloudy for like the whole week. Every day it was cloudy as hell. And in the middle of me meditating, I remember I peeked my eye open for a split second and the sun was beaming in my room so crazy that it just made me cry more and just kept doing it. Like, that's how much it was like, okay, what the fuck? It's been cloudy all goddamn week and here go the sun. Now I'm meditating and you beaming in here? I'm doing something right. And it just made me keep doing it. So when I got done, when I opened up my eyes, I felt myself like get heavy. I felt light as fuck. And it's like when I opened my eyes, I felt myself get heavy again. And I remember sitting there like, I had to remember I was sitting in my room. That's how much it didn't feel like I was like, I'm like, where the fuck am I at?
You're
like,
hitting a serious deep level of meditation. Probably one thing you don't even realize when you're doing it is that the time flies like super fast. So that means you are hitting really deep levels of meditation. Again, most people aren't really, it's difficult. Meditation is all about setting the conditions for you to go further than the senses that you have that are available to you. Like we're only so occupied with our senses of our smell, sound, feel, touch, all these things. And then you have your physical and all that. And then there's another dimension that meditation gets you to once you set the conditions to get there. The thing that sucks though, society is all like, man, shut the fuck up with that shit. I remember like I used to have a boss that I used to be like, man, you should do some meditation. He's like, I'm not doing that bullshit. He's like, you think I made these millions doing meditation? And I'm like, man, but you are a miserable motherfucker.
Right. Say, maybe that's your cheat code right there. You playing with it.
One other interesting thing too that you did that's in India is a very spiritual thing is every year they try to acclimate 2 weeks of the year to being isolated because you owe it to yourself to be alone for 2 weeks and be away from the world. Like you owe it to figure out about yourself, see what recycling patterns are happening in your mind, physicality and everything like that, and to take control of it at that moment. So you going on that trip was like naturally a spiritual trip for you. Yeah.
Like honestly, I study myself like all the way, not just rap. You know, like I really study myself, and sometimes like I might do it like 4 times a year where I like look at myself from not me. I try to look at myself from another person's perspective. And when I do things like that, I be real with myself. You know what I'm saying? Like it's things that I've said to myself that can't nobody in this world ever say to me, because nobody know nothing. I know the real. You know what I'm saying? And when I do shit like that, I'm all the way honest with myself. We ain't sugarcoat shit. I'm not about to act like you just 100% or you working at 100% or you just all the way. Bitch, tighten up what you doing. You know what I'm saying? And when I do stuff like that, it hurt, of course, you know, because you always want to say good shit about yourself, you know, but in order to fix certain shit, I gotta be real with myself.
Well, you know you have to address it too.
Facts.
And you know the work ahead of addressing shit. All the trauma and all the karma you've built up, all the tendencies you've built, and then one day it's like, man, you can't be eating cheeseburgers at 12 o'clock no more and watching movies. Like you gotta get rid of that whole aspect of your life now, or you gotta wake up at 7 a.m. from now on. It's like all these things that you avoided doing to become more disciplined and responsible and to take accountability for where you're at in life. So people don't want to address it. That's why love always screws people up, because what happens if you're fucked up and you fall in love is then you become so
dependent on that person.
Yeah, dependent on that person, and then when that person leaves or something happens to that relationship, you're back into square one. And so now you think that that person was the answer when really no, it's just you were so fucked up that you thought that was the answer.
And honestly, I really like knew I needed to figure me out from my last relationship, right? So like one day, like I just start paying attention to what the fuck I was doing and what was happening, right? And I was like, if I'm doing this now, I had a relationship before that, and it was very toxic, and it just seemed like that motherfucker had me by the neck. Like it just was so toxic, and it felt like I could never get away. Like, you know, and when I finally did, I realized like I was able to look back and see what the fuck I was doing and what the fuck was happening. So fast forward, now I'm in a whole nother relationship. I'm older. It started feeling too familiar, and I'm like, all right, bitch, you can't say you ain't know.
Yeah.
Like it was different when you genuinely didn't know, but this time you know. So what you finna do? And I remember having a conversation with this person. I was like, I always kept my apartment, and I was just like, I need to go home for a minute. I'm like, we ain't gotta break up, but I need to get by myself. If I remove myself from everybody and I get by myself, I'm gonna figure out what the fuck wrong.
Exactly.
And I was like, something is wrong. And I remember this person saying like, I ain't going. You go back home and think we finna be in a relationship, that's over with. And I was like, if my happiness mean I don't have a boyfriend, then I ain't got no boyfriend. So I ended up moving out that day. And I made a post on my page right when I moved everything out. I had moved my little brother into my apartment, and I was like, look, it was a pride thing. I'm like, I'm not finna tell you gotta move back in with mama. Hey, you just turned 18, nigga. Nobody ever gave me my own crib, or it was like, hey, get on your feet, you feel me? Boom, I ain't over here, you can be over here, whatever, you know? So it just felt good that I was able to do that for him, and I was just like, I'm not about to take that away from you because of my own shit that I got going on. I'm like, I'll figure it out. You good? I just need my stuff here.
Yeah.
And I dropped all my stuff off, and I was like, I was gonna leave my jewelry there, and I was like, I'm gonna take it. And I made a post, and I was like looking forward to my new life. And the very fucking next day, I'm literally in the booth recording, and my mom's called like 3 times, and I'm like, you know where I'm at. Like, so I had to like register, like, bro, stop being irritated, because I, just like Tan said, when a motherfucker called me twice, I hate it. It drives me crazy. I don't even like when people text me multiple times. Put it all in one. The fuck? I don't want to keep hearing my goddamn, I got 2 phones. When them bitches ring, ding, anything, it annoys me. Now, unless it's some money, when it's money, I'm the nicest bitch in the world. You can call us however many times. We can talk all day, you know, but, so I'm like, she know I'm in the studio, and she called 3 times, something wrong. So I called her back, and she FaceTimed me, and she was just like, I don't even want to show you. And when she turned the camera, my apartment building was in fucking flames.
Damn.
And like, I literally, like, I didn't just leave out and run straight there. Like, I literally sat down and was just like, I stayed there for like 15 minutes. Like, I didn't even jump up. I was just crying like, what? Like, what the fuck is the chances? So when that happened, I was like, this is a test. This trying to see how bad I want this shit.
Yeah.
Because I could go back, and this motherfucker gonna replace everything in, son. But I'm like, I ain't just lose all this shit for nothing. Now I really got to go this way. Like, fuck that. All right, what's up? I said I'm looking forward to my new life. Give it here. I ain't just lose all this shit for nothing. So, but even shit like that, like, I never been through a house fire, and I'm going to just throw that out there too for somebody that don't know and was in my position. I never been through a house fire or nothing like that, and I didn't know shit about renter's insurance or nothing, you know, like, I'm just living, you know, and that is really important, because I could have got something from losing everything, like, and I knew they was gonna move me. I thought they was gonna move me in within a week. I'm like, oh, I was paying for rooms every day. Then by like the 2nd week, my money started getting a little bit shorter. I'm buying clothes by the day, gas, food. I went from getting good hotels to now I'm like, fuck it, let me just get here. I just need to be asleep for a minute. Niggas arguing and shit. I said, oh my God, the ghetto. What am I doing here? Like, and it was just like, it was a lot. And I actually didn't even get moved until like over 3 months later. And like, even in that, before the house fire, like, how I was raised, how I came up, like, my childhood and my upbringing, like, regardless, like, we had good moments, but we was poor in the hood, the ghetto. Like, we probably, I'm not even gonna say probably, a lot of times we had the worst house on the fucking block. You know what I'm saying? Like, the shit used to be weak as hell, embarrassing as fuck. And I'm so used to not being able to keep shit, you know, where it was like, I had trophies. I had a lot of trophies. I had fucking medals and shit. Like, I had a lot of stuff, but I was never able to keep nothing. Like, even down to fucking baby pictures and just shit, period. Was never able to keep nothing. We always moved, and there was always something happening. So, at this time, like, for 2 years straight, like, I was making the most money I was making. Well, I ain't gonna say the most. I started making money at the time, like real good money off rap. I'm turning up. I'm all right, boom, I got this, I got that. Like, yeah, you feel me? Like, that was the average person to look at it and be like, that wasn't shit. But from my background and like the people that grew up like me, like, shit, nigga, how many people can say they doing this shit or got this shit or making this shit happen, you know? So I was I spent 2 years buying so much shit and wearing the bare minimum. Like, it just kept, I'm like, no, I'm saving this for a video. Nope, I'm saving this for this. Nope, I'm going to have a show. I wear this. Nope, boom. And to the point where 2 years went by and I had so much shit. So when I moved all the shit back to my apartment, that was the year. Like, it was in April. I'm like, summertime, I'm popping out. Nigga, I don't care. I'm getting dressed every day. I don't give a fuck if I ain't got shit to do. Fuck that. And I lost all that shit. And I was just like, all right, what the fuck do this mean? And I'm like, I gotta start enjoying the shit now. Like, you never know what the fuck gonna happen. Just enjoy it now. All that, like, trying to save. Put that up. And it's like, I didn't even enjoy none of that shit. Like, by the time I even thought, like, all right, I'm about to start tapping into this, I'm finna start doing that, it was gone.
Yeah.
So it was just like, I don't know, that was my way in looking at it. So, like, I try to, like, give myself a different outlet or an outlook on some fucked up shit happening, so I don't let that shit eat me up. So I, like, turn that bitch into a positive so crazy to keep me from going crazy.
Right. You have to find a way to convert it into something that can become meaningful or help other people or help yourself, right? I think that's what art is all about. It's like sharing their trauma in a different creative way.
Yeah.
Putting it out there and stuff. Like, if I don't, like, make somebody laugh once a week on Instagram, I was not making skits for a while, and I used to make skits all the time. But I'm like, when I stopped, I was like, bro, I'm fucking miserable. I need to, like, do some shit. Even if it's goofy, I don't give a fuck. I want to, like, express my comedic angle. And with music, it's the same way. It's like you're trying to share, like, your story and your life and trying to find a way to convert it into art, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, I think my only thing is, like, I noticed that it's, like, less about music right now. Like, even when I'm watching you, it's more about you, which is actually a really cool thing, because that means you are really the selling point here. It's not even just the content you're creating, it's you as a person, right?
Yeah.
Every time you go on live, there's, like, a bunch of people, like, I've never seen people so engaged in every single damn thing you say.
You be having deep ass conversations.
I've been watching sometimes too. I'll be like, what's happening? What happened tonight? Like, what's going on? I remember I told you I caught that time that you and your friend were going at it. I was watching it with popcorn. Like, yeah, it was about to happen next. Like, this is a real life sitcom. But it's really you more than just the music and just that, you know. So the utilization of that is important. Like, you making the movie or you creating something that goes beyond just music itself.
I mean, honestly, it's like this. Like, when my page got took, I realized how much social media do play a major fucking role. Like, I was just talking about this on live last night. Like, I could get that page back today if I wanted it. Like, it ain't that fucking gone. But at the same time, like, I feel like it's so much fake shit that's just fake people, fake asses, fake titties. Niggas can even get fucking fake hairlines and shit. Like, it's just a lot of shit is fake. Fake hair. You feel me? Like, everything is just, like, a lot of shit is fake. But I'm one of them type of people, like, I like real. Like, I don't even like makeup like that because I don't like shit that look too perfect. Like, bitch, where your scars, bitch? Where the blemishes, bitch? Fuck this up a little bit. Mess it up. You know, like,
add character, right?
Yeah, you know, and because of that, I built, like, a strong ass bond with my supporters, you know, where it's like we real life kick it. So when I got the page took, I instantly was like, you can get it back or you can start over. And I'm like, if you start over, I said, you can show people that if this do happen to you, it's not the end of the world. You can do it again. And I'm a big believer, and if I did it once, I can do it 100 more times. Like, I don't care what nobody say. As soon as I do it that one time, I'm like, oh yeah, yep. Can't tell me I can't do it again. So I did that because I'm like, I wanted to show and prove to myself what I believe. I feel like if I did it once, I can do it again. And it also opened my eyes to how other people perceive the internet. So it's like, you can't base who I am and what I got going on and my talent based off my motherfucking followers, because I was the same bitch that was slapping on this motherfucker too. You know what I'm saying? And just because now I don't have that many followers don't take away from who the fuck I am, nigga. This shit don't change. Like, I'm me. Like, I'm great. Like, followers don't define who the fuck I am. That's what you think in your world. But I also realize too, it do play a major role in business, because some people will just pay you for some shit because you got a lot of followers. It's good exposure. Now they just want to give you anything. Now they just want to pay for a feature. Fuck your music, bitch. I never heard a song. You got followers. You know what I'm saying? And it did kind of slow a lot of shit up. But at the same time, I was like, okay, for the time being, what was I not able to do when I had a lot of fucking followers? Like, when you got a lot of followers and you got all this shit going on and you over here, over there, all this shit, like, shit move fast, and, like, you don't really realize how much you don't even pour into yourself. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, fuck that. This my time right here. Bitch, if you gonna do it now. Get it out the way. Because the next time I hit 350 motherfucking K followers, bitch, I'm gonna have so much more fucking money, and I'm gonna be way more better all the way as a person. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, like, all that, bitch. You better be on point this time, ready. Like, no, fuck all that. Some people be having a bunch of followers and they ain't got nothing to show for it.
Well, you could have, like you just said, that hard hit that you took when you lost your page. Mm-hmm. If you didn't lose your page and you just kept moving forward, it could have changed who you were as a person for the negative, because you may not have ever focused on yourself.
Facts.
So, like, when you got that hard hit, it's like, let me focus on myself too while this is happening. Which is, it's happening a lot in entertainment. Like, people are losing themselves.
Listen, when I got my page took, it was about 20 of us. Sada got his shit took at that time.
I was scared to post anything.
I damn near want to say fucking
a lot of people, Cash Quan, TJ.
At that time, it seemed like everybody, and I ain't feel that bad neither when I noticed, like, all right, I wasn't the only one. Yeah. Like, we all got our shit snatched.
Everybody was getting taken down. Snapdog got taken down. He had like a million followers. I was like, this is crazy.
Everybody's shit got snatched. And it was just like...
Instagram scared people to make content. The best creators.
That's why I said it's scary, because... It was like, I just woke up one day and they like, bitch, your shit gone. I kept trying to log in. Fuck you. Yes, it is. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe this is the wrong password. Show password. Let me see what I'm typing in. Like, what the fuck?
I think they had too much control, because all the fucking apparel, all the clothes you had on, everything, you paid for every damn thing that people were seeing. Yeah. All the people you met, all the songs, all the things, it's all gone now.
It is, because I got people, and I was just talking about this on live last night. Like, I got people that was off that page that is dead. Like, they got private pages. Like, I will never be able to just see pictures of them no more, you know, based off of they was following that page, you know. But at the same time, I just looked at it like, it's for a bigger reason. Like, it's going to be somebody that's watching me that you need to know and be prepared that this could possibly happen. And if it do, fuck that shit. Keep going. Do it again. Make a new page. The fuck, they take that one, I might make another one. I might say fuck that shit. All right, meet me over here or something. But it ain't the end of the world. Like, so many people really, like, get depressed in that shit. Have it bad anxiety because of social media. Like, that's their life. Like, nigga, if they page get took, they gon' down there be like, I'm finna kill myself. Like, real life, who am I? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, really feel like they are nobody, you know? And it's like... I just want to make sure that if anybody take anything from me, you know, like, if it come to some shit like that, you ain't gonna die. It ain't the end of the world. You ain't fucking nobody. It don't fucking matter how they looking at your ass based off some motherfucking followers. Because some people gonna see you and don't know who the fuck you is and don't know how many motherfuckers is following you and don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So,
what was the, for this year collectively, what was your most positive experience or something that still stands out to you?
This year?
Yeah. Before the year ends.
That's deep. Wait, ask me that one more time.
What is the most positive, eventful thing that's happened to you this year, or something that meant the most to you from this year?
I'm going to say yesterday or last night. Technically, this morning. Like, out of nowhere, like, I was crying. And, like, it was like my body was doing it. And I had to process, like, why are you fucking crying, bitch? What the fuck is happening here? I'm like, at first I went wiping my eyes and I'm like, okay, maybe they're irritated. And I'm like, no, bitch, you're crying. Like, what the fuck is happening? You know, and just this last month alone, I've been getting everything that I've been praying for and asking for, and I'm realizing how much I'm ready for it, but it still hurt, you know? And just the shit that I gotta accept, far as even the people I love, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't mean they bad people or they fucked up. It's just shit gotta change, and I just gotta accept that, and I gotta make sure I'm taking care of me. And like, I've always took care of somebody or my family my whole life. Like, I literally had a job at 7 years old, you know? Like, I worked the whole summer and came home and gave my mom all that money so she can be able to take care of us, you know? Like, I just wanted to help, you know? So this the first time ever in my life where I'm realizing, like, I can't do that right now. Yeah. I really need to just, I don't got no kids. I'm not in a relationship. Like, I genuinely just need to focus 1,000% on me. Everything need to be about me. Everything. And it's like, I'm not used to being like that. That's why it's fucking me up so bad. Cause it's like, I know I can't not do it. I gotta do it. But I'm like, it's scary because that's not me, and I never did that before. But it's like, it gotta happen whether you like it or not. Or, nigga, if your life go this way, I don't want to hear that shit. Yeah. So it's just like, to me, that's more meaningful than anything that has ever happened this whole year. Because I don't know what the fuck finna happen when I you know, today the first day of me trying this shit, you know, like, you know. So
when I look at it from what you're saying, is it's time for you to be selfish and worry about yourself right now, and that you have control over this time of your life, and you've never had the control you've had now. So that's what it sounds like you're saying. Always lovely to talk to you. Okay. It's very fun. Is there any future projects or events we can look forward to?
Yes. So I am working on my new project. It's called From a Bullseye, because I'm a Taurus, you know, and it's from my perspective, the fuck. But I really like this project right now. Like, you know, of course, as an artist, you like all your new shit, and you be like, fuck the old shit, this is better, this is harder, this is sweeter, you know. But I really like this one because the songs that's on this project, like, they real, of course, but it's not solely based off just personal shit or venting or, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's more so like having fun again with just making music and making sure I stay true to who I am and putting my story in it too. But at the same time, it's just like, this just me getting in that one bag. Like, you know, let me just make an album real quick. Like, honestly, I didn't even have plans on this shit. I did a photo shoot for my birthday. And he was like, yeah, we're going to do this picture and it's going to look like, you know, you taming a bull and you on a bull. And I'm like, I'm down. But by the time I got the pictures, because I didn't go to my appointment at that time, so we ended up like a week or two late. So by the time I got the pictures back, I was like, these pictures too hard just to be uploaded. We got to do something with this. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm going to just make an album. Fuck it. And then when I did it, I'm like, oh shit, I'm really doing this shit. So then I'm like, hey y'all, it's coming out on this day. And I'm like, no it's not. No it's not. You moving way too motherfucking fast. Chill out. Like, wait a minute, let's think about this. Like, hold on, what is we doing? And I got, I want to say, I think I got 2 songs that I produced on there. And I got a song called Stole My Heart. I'm glad I just did this. Hold on, wait a minute. So I got a song called Stole My Heart, right? And I wrote it all out or whatever, and I made a reference for myself. And when I wrote where I was writing, and I was like, for the hook, I put in parentheses, Amy Winehouse type vibe for the hook. And I made the reference or whatever, and I was just like, I want to go home and, like, you know, play around with my voice real quick so I can make sure I capture what I'm saying, how I want to hear this or how I hear this. And literally one day I was literally like not on none of my phones for so long, and I just hopped on Instagram, and right when I was about to close it out, I see a video, but it say the word Amy Winehouse stood out so fucking crazy that I read the rest, and it said Detroit Amy Winehouse, and I'm like, So I pressed the video so I could hear the sound, and I just listened to her voice, and I was like, she will be perfect. Shout out to South, North, Southwest. She is amazing. So I ended up going on her page, and I seen she and her whole team was following me, and I was like, oh yeah, they gonna do a song with me. This is easy. They already following me. That mean they fuck with me. Like, you ain't just following me for no reason. Like, all right, I know you gonna do this song with me. And I reached out to her, and we ended up linking. We got that on camera too. We have vlogged the whole situation or whatever. But she literally made it sound exactly how I heard. Like, perfect. And that song in particular, like, it just made me feel even more good about what I'm doing, because I want to ghostwrite for singers, you know? So I got an album that I'm working on. It ain't gonna come out till next year though. Like a 7 to 8 song project. And I'm not gonna be on her, like my voice is not gonna be on her at all, but it's gonna be all singing songs from different artists that I can hear, and it's just them singing a song that I wrote. Yeah, like, so I'm gonna ghostwrite the whole album. Yeah,
excellent.
But, yeah, and pick who I hear for what, so they can bring that shit to life. But I just want to be able to just show people like what I'm capable of. Like, I ain't just no rapper. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I just don't feel like I got anything to prove to nobody. I feel like at some point, at some time, even if that mean when I'm dead, y'all gonna figure the fuck out. Like, and that ain't on me to be around this bitch stressing about who believe me or who support me or not. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. At some point, we gonna be able to talk about my motherfucking story and who the fuck I am, and y'all gonna realize how great I am. You know?
We already realize it. But extra
know,
information is really good.
Real shit, yeah.
I look forward to the tapes dropping too.
Yeah.
That sounds like very, very cool. Because like we said earlier, you're multi-talented, right? So you don't, even if you're helping create sounds, you know, it doesn't always have to be you at the forefront.
Right.
You can create projects and create your own material that I'm sure everybody's going to fall in love with, right?
Yeah.
Appreciate you being a part of this again.
Right. This wasn't even in the house. Coming as moral support for my baby Tana guy.
I had to get you on. There's no way you're getting out of here without an interview.
Listen, I
Rocky Bad was in the building.
Like
the real.
I ain't gonna lie, like a little baby discount or something.
People don't know these information. This is very low key stuff. It's very low key.
Yeah. Listen,
Listen, this is Rocky's third time being on this couch, okay? There's two queens that have been on this couch, right? You and Cash, though.
We about to be Boosie and Vlad.
We're
you hear me?
on
I would
it.
just come stop by every now and then. Just
come
whatever you want
on.
to talk about.
Listen, we have honorary members, and there's only like 8 of them. You've been one of them.
Yeah.
You just need to use the honorary pass whenever you want. You can literally like kick open the door one day while I'm interviewing somebody. I'm like, all right, whoever I'm interviewing, can get the fuck out of here.
I would never do that, because you know what's gonna happen. They gonna come on fucking TikTok and be like, all right, story time. Wow, I think Rocky a hoe ass nigga. like damn, like wait a minute, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I appreciate y'all. You feel me? It's always dope.
Rocky Bad is in the building. We're at Parallel Sound Studio, High Low Visuals, shooting these productions. We're out. Peace.